Wants me? What kind of talk is that?
He wants you for his wife. He loves beautiful women.
Don't you ever try that again, you beast!
The master wants you, but he can't have you. I want you.
Stop that talk this instant, you hear?
He wants you, but he can't have you.
Hello everyone, welcome. We're gonna be continuing these Halloween demos of certain games that I had been paying attention to, and some games greater than others so far as we've seen. Today I'll be alone. I don't have Harry Dutu with me. I'm streaming during the day, which is something I would not normally do, and we're gonna be taking a look at a game called Paranoid. Some people may wonder then, like, why particularly this game? And the only reason I'm doing so is because it's coming from the Mad Mind Productions or Mad Mind Studios, which are actually the creators of Agony and Succubus. If anyone remembers the story that was following those two games, or at least Agony, was that this company claimed to be able to have this interesting depiction of hell, and they promised so many things, but when the game came out, it was pretty terrible, pretty horrible, if I can say so myself. I played the game. So Succubus as a game seems to be just some fan service, really, a lot of sexuality, not much gameplay, and Paranoid is their take on horror. So I'm not sure if it's worth even looking at. I have a strong feeling it might turn out to be not such a great game, but I'm doing this so that I can know for fact. I haven't played the demo before, and maybe then, how can I say, maybe then I can know whether this game is worth anything really, or should I just flush it down the toilet. So as I decide, you'll be here with me to fulfill the requirement of suffering through the game with me. But for now, let me just quickly check on the stream quality and everything else that's going on.
You have failed yourselves. You never kill them. I'll help them.
Okay, so things should be good. Let's get this started. That's if the game doesn't crash, as it seems to have. Wow. Okay, we're good. Okay, so far already I can tell that this company is kind of still using, they're probably still using the same engine that they made Agony with. The textures look extremely similar, and I'm assuming we've got our HUD on our watch, we've got life and whatever the blue one is. Yeah, they're definitely still working with the same engine. Still feels exactly as sluggish as I remember. Let me see if I can speed up like the camera aim. Yep, more sensitivity please. Oh no, don't go up. I mean, don't go down. Wow. Okay, dialogue volume. Let's add some more to the speech, just a little bit to the volume effect, maybe a little bit of master. Okay, we can hear a little bit. Oh shit.
No, I don't want to go in there.
Oh really? This is already a big red flag. They're trying to thread in like real world politics into their game, like face mask. For some, a symbol of oppression. For others, the cheapest way to limit the spread of a Paimon virus. This is unnecessary. You don't get into a game to bring your real life struggles into the game or real life politics. This is already a knock on this game. I'm not even going to try and defend it. That was clearly unnecessary. But so far, so Agony. So far. The only thing I can say is that at least their engine looks a little better when there's more lighting compared to Agony, where it was pretty dark all the time. Dirty syringe. In whose veins were you yesterday? To whom did you bring solace? How often does your lover reach for you? Holy syringe, who abandoned you here? There's a brick wall behind it, but like the hand animations are pretty janky. I don't know. Stand on the yellow symbol, then look at the right shape, hold E. Okay. Okay. What did I just do? Did I just open a pathway? Oh, okay. Pretty confused. But at this... Okay. Blood. I don't know, I feel like sometimes this... It's like this dev... I don't think Agony was a...
It's not happening. Stop it. Be quiet.
We're pleased to announce that our hotels ranked first in terms of customer friendliness. It's like with this developer, I can now see that Agony wasn't necessarily an issue of, oh, we got censored and our maybe budget was not so big and all these different things. I feel like this is just genuinely the style of the developer, and in my point of view, it's not so great. Oh.
Patrick Kallman, we have been observing your actions for a long time. Oh, Patrick, don't pretend that it surprises you. You have sensed it for a long time.
Okay, the performance is pretty bad still. And I believe that this Madmine Studios is also creating Tormentor, which is supposed to be like a horror game based on being tortured. But it could be another studio behind that. And they should be making a game called Holy as well. That one could be out already. But based on the experience I'm having here, the tension seems to be not so... as much as it's trying to go for a horror aesthetic. not so much.
Whoever you are, this isn't funny.
What happened to my pipe? Oh, those are painkillers. Beating up oh, okay, there's my pipe. Beating up homeless people in the sewers. I can see how that can be scary. Okay, hiding spot. I'm not so sure what this would be used for. I don't know if the game wants me to hide because there's a threat that I can't fight. Or if these are just prompts. Oh shit. Oh no, get away from that. Combination for the lock. I'm not sure where I could even find that. Find and open 3 valves. Oh, the sound effects are what the hell? Where did you come from? Beat you with this bad fighting mechanic. Kill him. Oh no. I don't know what exactly they are going for with this game, but I can tell you it's neither horror nor good. Yeah, I don't think I'll escape from bad game development. I can agree with that, but it's quite interesting to see. Okay, I guess that's one valve. It's interesting to see that this is just genuinely this developer's style. It wasn't necessarily the fault of Agony itself, but it was more just...
Shut up.
What's up? Is
I
this
know.
some kind of schizo?
There's gotta be a key somewhere.
To be honest, I don't even know what they're going for, whether it's schizophrenia. The game kind of just begins. And why we are here, I don't know. But I guess the game's called Paranoid, so yeah, I guess maybe schizophrenia could be like one of the themes. But definitely not presented so well. The combat and sound effects are terrible. Oh snap. Was that some special prompt? Okay. Seems like there are quick time events somewhere. Have you played Cry of Fear or Lost in Vivo? No. Cry of Fear, no, I think I've heard of the game. I'll have to check. The thing is, you know, sometimes you go through many games and you kind of forget which is which sometimes. But I'll have to check them out. If you can, I guess, tell me what they are about. Then that way, if I know anything about it, I could speak on it. But just to reiterate, Cry of Fear, this is a demo of a game made by Mad Mind Studios. If you know them, they are the developers of Agony and Succubus. Oh, that's so E lets them go. And it's like, if you remember Agony and Succubus, there was a lot of like controversy around that game. Its depictions of hell, sexuality, and all these depraved things. And sadly, the game came out very bad. Like, the quality of the game was really bad. The mechanics and everything. It's as if they were selling an aesthetic more than they were trying to sell a game. And to be honest with you, it's kind of the same situation that Scorn found itself in. Where it's like, initially before Scorn came out, it was, from the trailers, it was a very interesting game. People were really hyped about it. And sadly, when the game did then come out, people realized there was not much to the mechanics of the game. There was just a good aesthetic, and that was it. Okay, I think I've turned 3 valves, like. Yeah, so 3. So the thing is with Scorn is like, it was in development for the better part of 5 years, and there was issues with funding, there was issues with the game being like stopped in terms of production and then redeveloped, and then, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, if you know you're in a position in which most of the things are being cut out of the game, I feel like either communicate it better or reevaluate your project. Don't just release without the whole story being given as to why things are the way they are. Maybe I never read enough, I don't know. But I feel like with certain developers, they just use these excuses to better justify their mistakes in development. It's like, sometimes it's okay to just admit that you made a bad game. A similar situation would be in social media these days, where content creators will claim that, oh, it's because my account has been shadow banned. Back to padlock and enter correct key. Okay. There's the padlock. Were the keys the things written on the wall? Maybe. Okay, let me just go check. It's like content creators will claim like, oh, it's because I was shadow banned on YouTube or shadow banned on whichever platform, and that's why my things aren't doing so well. But then the other thing could just be, maybe your content maybe your content isn't reaching the people that you want it to reach, because maybe the content's just not good enough. So it's 3 numbers. I believe I saw a 3 and a 4, but I don't remember what the first number was though. Okay, I guess I'll have to go check those numbers in writing. I know there was a 3 and a 4. Let's see. Cry of Fear describes depression the best in any horror game. Those are good horror games. Okay, I'll have to check it out. A part of me feels like I've heard that name before, but a part of me is like I do not remember at all. But it's like the reason why I'm playing this game right now is I had a bunch of horror games on my wish list on Steam. So this is 3.
Behind you, in front of you, surrounds you,
This was 3.
surrounds you.
This was 4. 4 is the first number, 3 is the last number. Okay, I get it. 3 is the last number, and then the first valve. Hold on, 3 is last, 4 is first. And here the second number was, damn it, I don't remember, 6, maybe 6. Yeah, I think that's it, like 4, 6, 3. Okay, may I ask, in terms of this Cry of Fear, when was it developed and by which company? I'll quickly check on the phone after I do this. So I believe I said 4 is the first number, 3 is the last number, and the middle number could be 6. 6 or 2 maybe. Okay, we got it.
I knew it.
Of course you knew. After all, it was your idea.
No. You're not real. You're just a product of my imagination.
Maybe you're right. But so what? Is this also a product of your imagination, Patrick?
What? Well, at least I'm glad it's short. I don't think I wanted to suffer through that a little bit longer. But at least it gives me a time to talk. Cry of Fear is an indie horror game made in... Damn it, the heart sign is blocking that. In 2013 with the Source engine. Okay, I'm gonna take a moment to check it up now while we're sitting on this screen. Let's see, Cry of Fear. I swear, like for real, I swear I heard about it probably. Yes. Now I know this game because I always used to see the thumbnail of the box art, which is like this character in a white hoodie or a gray hoodie. Yep, I've seen this many times in my life. Many times. I see. Okay. I've never actually seen the game. It's free. Okay. I've never seen the game, I guess, because it's Source Engine. I've never seen the game before, like the gameplay. But I've always seen, like, its thumbnail. Let's see, how long to beat Cry of Fear. It's about 8 hours in length. Despite such flaws, Cry of Fear is a solid horror game with a strong story and a fair amount of challenge. Its graphics are by no means pretty, but in my opinion, to add to the game's charm and help contribute to the feeling that something's not quite right. That's a 2021 comment from Advocate Online. Okay. Thank you for that suggestion. And I guess I would have to look into it more. I had no idea. But generally speaking, okay, hold on, just checking what's going on here with my sound effects. If you can hear me, if you can hear me clearly, just press OK. I'm not sure. I'm getting some feedback on the stream on my end, so I don't know if this is okay on your end. So I'll just wait for some confirmation. Okay, thank you. I've played Outlast 1 and 2 before. quite a long time ago. Funnily enough, I played Outlast 2 before I played Outlast 1. Sadly, that was just how it was. But the beautiful thing about those two games is that no matter the order you played in, they were both such fantastic games that going back to the first game didn't feel like a step back. Actually, the story of the first game was also extremely interesting. I loved the second game's story and how it ended. I'll discuss that one day, maybe in a video. But the first game story was also very, very good, and especially the DLC, the Whistleblower DLC of the first game. But I played Outlast 2 first, and then some few years later, I believe I played Outlast 2 maybe in 2018, and then I went back to play Outlast 1 in like 2019, I believe. It was either 2018, 2019, or both of them were like in 2018. But I played the second one before the first, and those are really good games. I was talking to Fiery D2 about the Outlast Trials, but that is not really an Outlast game. That's more like multiplayer horror, like GTA 4 or something like that. And to be honest with you, the fact that it's not a main line entry to the Outlast games makes me not want to play it. Like, I can just go watch people play through it on YouTube and Twitch, and just avoid the hassle. I feel like it's not worth it. Similar to this Paranoid game, actually. I feel like it's not worth it at all. I can hear you. Okay, the ending was brutal and sad in the second one. Yeah, it was. Okay, I'm just going to say spoilers for Outlast 2. For anyone who didn't play Outlast 2, please stop watching the stream now. I just want to share an opinion about that ending, even though I don't really remember it extremely well. If I remember correctly, I remember that you were being chased by the Black Witch. I call her the Black Witch, but the old lady in black robe. And there was thunder, there was lightning, the village you were in was getting destroyed, and in the very end of the sequence, after Papa North is... No, did Papa North die? I don't think he did. He's the one who gives you the baby at the end. The interesting thing about that ending is, like, when you get the baby and the clouds clear, you realize, similar to Silent Hill, that the monsters that you were... Like, the monsters that were there were not monsters. It was just like the people of the village, right? And you see this grand massacre of dead bodies around this village and altar, and it's you carrying this baby finally. The way I interpreted that ending was that on your search to find this baby, the imagery you were seeing of the vast murders and killings, it wasn't the villagers or the cult members doing the killings. The main character was projecting their actions into the world, in the sense that you killed everyone to get your child back. Maybe the thing is, you witnessed your wife's like giving birth and your wife's death, or was it his girlfriend or wife? I don't remember. It's very hard to thread the line to see what was real and what was not real, but the way I understood it was that in the end, when the cloud clears, just like someone who's gone on a murderous rage, his mind cleared. Hence why you could see the landscape more clearly as to who was actually dead and where they died. And the thunder and lightning, the storm, was actually you killing everyone. The Black Witch is the murderous rage. That's how I understood it. You massacred everyone to get your child back from the cult. The cult was real. Papa North was a real leader. I don't know if they truly took your wife, or it was just like the wife joined the cult and you as the player were subconsciously angry about it, hence trying to get your wife back. And you were projecting that, oh, they kidnapped my wife, they're raping my wife, and all these different things. Hence why she went through accelerated pregnancy. Within one night, she went through all 9 months of labor. You know, that's how I took it. Yes. This Paranoid game gave me schizophrenia and seizure because of the audio. Yeah, the audios. The thing is, I messed with the volume. But still, if you lower the volume, it shouldn't be so jarring. The only volume effect I increased was the dialogue. And maybe I did increase the special effects volume. Maybe that was my bad. Let's not judge the volume just yet, because I kind of tweaked around, but it was jarring. Yeah. I think you should try Outlast Trials. The game is fun. Tell me your experience about Outlast Trials. Were you playing it with friends or with random people? And what exactly was fun about it? And I'm thinking, like, definitely with this Paranoid game, I'm not... Let me open up my Steam actually right now while we're talking. And I don't think this is a game that I'll pursue. If it comes out and it turns out to be a good game, then of course I'll look it up again in the future when it does come out. Apparently it's coming out in December of this year, so it was I'll just keep it in the wish list so that I know what's going on. So it's Paranoid, it's Holy, and I believe Tormentor is made by Madmine Studios as well. Yeah. I'll copy this page URL to you and paste it in the chat. This is another game that's made by Madmine Studios. That is that's Tormentor, and it's supposed to be like an escape room horror game, similar to like Oxide. I forget the name of that game. Let me check. Oxide Room 104. You're trying to escape from this place, and there's this tormentor that's chasing you, torturing you, trying to kill you. At least that's what I think the premise is about. But yeah, actually, I'm just going to remove Paranoid from my wish list, and I'm going to remove Tormentor from my wish list. If I ever hear anything nice about those games, I will get back to them. But sometimes in life you just have to accept that some games are just not so good. And your time is very valuable. Let's see. Yeah, at least the only horror games I have left on my list either are still yet to be coming out, and the ones that are out are in the indie horror space, and they're pretty interesting. I've come to a realization that sometimes you have to value your time, and that's why you see it's been something that I've developed since COVID, where it's like before I enter a game, I go online and I go to the how long to beat website, and it's like how long to beat, I don't know, like I checked how long to beat Cry of Fear, and it's like Cry of Fear is an 8-hour game. And then if I'm unsure, that I'll truly like the game, I then look at the time investment. Do I really want to spend 8 hours in a game that I may or may not like? And then you make the judgment of that, because I feel like time is a valuable resource, especially these days. And most of the indie games that I picked were extremely interesting premises. I don't know if you saw Plastomorphosis when I played it last night with D2. Very interesting premise, some issues here and there. But then maybe let's just say some of the indie games that I've been looking at, for example, Cannibal Abduction, looks like an extremely interesting game, and it's like 2 hours long. 2 hours is like a movie, we can sit down and stream it in one evening, have fun, let it go, come back another day in another evening, play it and let it go. So I have a greater appreciation for games that just get straight to the point, because I feel like the gaming industry over the past 10 years, no, for the past 13 years, actually let's say for the past 15 years, since 2008 and the advent of DRM, a lot of games have just been having a lot of padding, where it's like, this is only there just to make the game last longer, because apparently in marketing, a longer game is a better game, even if the length is just being padded out by tedious, random nonsense. I like games that just go start to finish doing what they came to do, nothing else. If we're talking about mental health and schizophrenia, for example, and we're talking about like other I don't know, maybe, I'm trying to think, I did an essay on this, a thesis, and it was about Hellblade and how it portrays mental illness and how it's depicted in the game and how the development team went about showing the mental health issues that Senua faced in the game. And that game, on my first playthrough, was 6 hours long. On my second playthrough, it was about 3 to 4 hours. I still love that game till this day. I'll never play it again because it's limited within its scope of gameplay. But I really appreciated that game at the time because one, it for a limited budget that Ninja Theory had, it innovated a lot in the technology of game development. Facial recognition into 3D modeling, motion capture into 3D modeling, and the ASMR technologies. All these three were major aspects, and they won like big awards for that. They really innovated when it came to technologies. And then the game was also amazing, you know. So I really respect Ninja Theory and what they did with Hellblade. And the game, just from start to finish, it had a vision, and it stuck to that vision. Even if it meant the game was not 16 hours, 18 hours, 100 hours long. It was just 4 good hours and that's it. No nonsense. I appreciate games like that these days. I'm tired of padding. I don't want to play a 100-hour game where I only enjoyed 30 hours. And the other 70 hours were me just grinding through things just because. Life is a grind, you know? Let's see. Okay, I think you should try Outlast. The game is fun. Outlast Trials. I was watching videos about it, but I didn't play it. The game looks really fun with friends. I might play it with friends. I might be wrong though. I'm waiting for the Silent Hill 2 remake. Me too. But I have low expectations because of the studio. Me too. The reason why I'm expecting, like why I wish to play, my first Silent Hill game was Silent Hill 1, and I never even got to finish it. I was a child. I was lucky enough that growing up, one of my brothers and some of the friends we had were interested in gaming and were also interested in horror. That's how I got to play stuff like Silent Hill, Alone in the Dark, Resident Evil. When I was extremely young, Parasite Eve. It was through my brother, so I'm pretty grateful for that. In the Silent Hill franchise, we got a copy of Silent Hill 1. We never got to finish it because I believe at the time the disc was scratched. So it played up to a certain point and we couldn't go further because the disc was genuinely damaged. That was one big problem back in the day, was people were swapping games around. It wasn't a first-hand marketplace for games where I grew up. So it's a matter of who has the game, what can you swap, what can you trade. And there were a lot of situations where a disc was damaged, or if it was a multi-disc game, one disc was missing. For example, we once found a guy who had 2 discs of a 4-disc game. So it's like you play half the game, but then we never found disc 3 or disc 4, so no one ever finished that game. So we played Silent Hill 1 up until the point that disc was damaged, so we never got to finish it. We never found a copy of Silent Hill 2. To be honest, Silent Hill 2 came out and it was never a part of the lexicon of games that we ever encountered. Then I got a copy of Silent Hill 3. Interestingly enough, it was through a friend. We were all playing games together at a friend's house, and one friend came with a copy of Silent Hill 3. No one wanted to play it. It was always sitting on the shelf. People would bring their games together and would play at a friend's house. So this game was always there. So I asked, guys, what game is that's sitting over there? Then I opened the case. It wasn't in its original case. It was just some black DVD case. Opened inside, I saw it was a copy of Silent Hill 3. I was like, guys, you've got Silent Hill? You know, as a kid, Silent Hill 1 was super scary. It's like a great franchise. Then everyone was like, man, this game is just way too much. Way too much. Then I asked the guy who had brought the game, was a friend of mine at the time. I was like, could I borrow this? Then he was like, man, to be honest with you, a friend of mine came to my house with this game. He left it. And then I called him up saying yo, man, you forgot your game. Come pick it up. and he never, like, he didn't want to come pick it up. He was like, I don't care, I don't want that game. It must have scared the bejesus out of him. So this guy had this game dumped onto him. He realized just how scary he is. Then he was like, you know what, if you like this game, you can have it. So I took the disc and I played Silent Hill 3 up until the point where Heather finds out that Harry Mason is dead, and you have to go back to the amusement park the second time. And sadly, at that point, when you're at the amusement park the second time with the detective, the disc stopped because that disc was damaged. So that's my history with Silent Hill. There was a lot of damaged discs, and I filled in a lot of the blanks in these past couple of months watching retrospectives, and I went through I've watched and watched and watched all the retrospectives. Shout outs to Avalanche Reviews, from Silent Hill 1 all the way to, was it Homecoming, was it Downpour, whichever one it was, the last nonsense ones. But of course I was mainly focusing on the Team Silent Hill, so Silent Hill 1 up to 4. With the Silent Hill 2 remake, I don't know. Interestingly enough, Unep, you had said that you are thinking of playing the game with friends. So far, I have no friends who are interested in playing Outlast Trials besides one. So there's 2 of us. I'm assuming it's a 4-player game. Maybe one day, if you will get Outlast Trials, just hit me up on a stream. Just come in and be like, yo, I got the game. And then we can organize, like, okay, I'll get the game, and Fiery D2 is the second person. He also liked the Outlast games. Then at least maybe the 3 of us can get into a stream and just go through Outlast Trials. Until then, I'll be skeptical. I'll just relegate it to be like an online YouTube video kind of game, and move on with other games that I wish to get my hands on. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Paranoid. And let's see, there are just a few more demos that I wish to go through before like the end of this Halloween season. There is, me and Fiery D2 are going to play through Holstein and Conscript. I'm going to play through Echoes of the Living, Divine Frequency, and 1000X Resist. I'm going to be playing through them alone, but me and D2 will be playing through Conscript and Holstein. So we'll probably do Holstein tonight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're almost pushing 45 minutes. It was a very good discussion. I just thought I should get this game out the way as soon as possible. And then tonight we'll be back again. Holstein, I don't know how long that demo will be. And then Conscript, I don't know how long that demo will be, but I'm assuming not so long. But hope you enjoyed me playing through Paranoid. And for anyone else who will watch this as it goes offline, thank you very much. Please leave in the comments below of this video what your thoughts are of this Paranoid demo. If it's something I should give another look at in the future when it releases. What do you think, positive or negative? Throw it down in the comments. Please like, please share, please subscribe. It helps the channel. Like, the only thing that really motivates me to continue is if more people were to start subscribing, or more people were to start watching, liking and sharing. These are the things. I'm not getting any money for this. So it's at this point a passion project to revive this channel that's been offline for quite some time. So thank you very much. Hunep, thank you. If you'll be available in the evening, I'll see you then. And thanks to everyone else who's been watching and commenting. I'll see you tonight, and I'll log off this stream in the next minute.